All right, this morning we'll call our September 26th, 2024 meeting to order. This public meeting of the Philadelphia Board of Pensions and Retirement. The conducted in person in the board's conference room, the board's offices on the 16th floor of 2 Penn Center. Pursuant to section 21-1503 of the Philadelphia Code, electronic recordings of this meeting will be made Microsoft Teams conference technology and by an audio recording. The electronic recording will be made available to the public online on the board's website without charge within 10 days. Please note that you consent to such recording by attending, participating, or speaking at such meeting. Our first order of business today is to adopt the rules of order that the board has approved and used for our in-person public meetings that are electronically recorded. The purpose of this is to ensure that an accurate, complete audio and audio recording of the meeting occurs to comply with the code requirements. One of the documents procedures for today's meeting was made seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, we'll go to the roll. Brian?
I approve.
Sheila? Nancy? Paul? Andrea? Willie?
Approve.
Adam?
Approve.
Approve. Motion carries unanimously. Item 2, approval of our meeting minutes from August 28th meeting was made, seconded. Discussion. Hearing none. We'll go to the roll. Brian?
I approve.
Sheila? Approved. Nancy?
Approve.
Paul?
Approve.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approve.
Adam? And Carol. Motion carries unanimously. Item 3, motion to approve the consideration of 157 pension applications and 56 overall applications made and properly seconded. Any discussion on this item? Hearing none. Brian?
I approve.
Sheila? Approved. Nancy?
Approve.
Paul?
Approve.
Approved. Lee?
Approve.
Adam?
Approve.
And Carol.
Approve.
Motion carries unanimously. Moves us into section 4, case 4A. Motion to approve the service connected disability benefit for John Stacy was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on the board? Hearing none.
I approve.
Rashida? No. Bounty? Paul?
Approve.
Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approve.
Adam?
Stay.
And Carol.
Approve.
Motion carries 5-2, 1 abstention. Item 4B, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Jarl Ashley was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4B? None. Brian?
I'll stay.
Sheila? Leonti? Paul?
Abstain.
Andrea? Willie? Adam? And Carol.
Abstain.
Motion failed 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4C, a motion to approve the service connected disability benefits for Emmett Deppio was made and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Brian?
Approve. Consider can go well.
Rashida? Nancy? Paul?
Approve.
Andrea? 4C. Willie?
Approve.
Yeah. And Carol. Motion carries 6-1, 1 abstention. Case 4D. Motion to approve the service connected disability benefits for Carl Vincent is made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4D? Hearing none. Brian?
I approve.
Sheila? Nancy? Paul?
Approve.
Andrea? Willie? Adam?
Stay.
And Carol. Motion carries 5-2 with 1 abstention. Case 4E, motion to approve service connected disability benefits for Richard DiPaolo was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4E? Brian?
I approve.
Rashida? Leontine, Paul,
Approved.
Andrea, Willie, Adam,
Approved.
and Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries unanimously. Case 4F, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Bernice Powell was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4F? Brian,
Approved.
Rashida, Leontine, Paul, Andrea, Willie, Adam,
Stay.
and Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries 5-2 with 1 abstention. 4G, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Kevin Rice was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4G? Hearing none. Brian,
Approved.
Rashida, Leontine, Paul,
Approved.
Andrea, Willie, Adam,
Approved.
and Carol. Motion carries unanimously. Case 4H, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Kenora Scott was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4H? Hearing none. Brian,
Approved.
Rashida, Leontine, Paul,
Approved.
Andrea, Willie, Adam,
Stay.
and Carol.
Approved.
Motion carried 5-2 with 1 extension. Case 4I, the motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Christopher Simone was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4I? Hearing none. Brian,
Abstain.
Rashida, Leontine, Paul,
Stay.
Andrea, Willie, Adam,
Stay.
and Carol. Motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Michael Austin was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4J? Hearing none. Brian,
Abstain.
Rashida, Leontine, Paul,
Abstain.
Andrea, Willie,
Abstain.
Adam, and Carol. Motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4K, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Christopher Brown was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on case 4K? Hearing none. Brian,
Abstain.
Rashida, Marcia, I'm sorry, Leontine, Paul,
Abstain.
Andrea, Willie,
Abstain.
Adam,
Abstain.
and Carol.
Abstain.
Motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions noted. Case 4L, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Angela Campbell was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on RL? Hearing none. Brian,
Abstain.
Sheeta, Leontine, Paul,
Abstain.
Andrea, Willie,
Abstain.
Adam,
Abstain.
Eric.
Abstain.
Motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions. Case 4M, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Thomas George was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4M? Sheeta, Leontine, Paul,
Approved.
Andrea, Willie, Adam, Carol.
Approved.
Carries unanimously. Case 4N, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Daisy Ortiz was made and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Brian,
Approved.
Sheeta, Leontine, Paul, Andrea, Willie, Adam, Carol. Motion carries 7-1. Case 4O, motion to approve the service-connected disability benefits for Gerald Stratton was made and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Brian,
Abstain.
Bianchi,
Deny.
Paul,
Abstain.
Andrea, deny. Willie,
Abstain.
Adam,
Abstain.
and Carol.
Abstain.
Motion fails 0-3 with 5 abstentions. And case 4P, motion to approve service connected disability benefits for Curtis Turner was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 4P? Hearing Carol, you
Yeah.
any discussion? Hearing none. Brian?
Right.
Sheila? No. Nancy?
Deny.
Paul?
Approve.
Andrea? Willie?
Approve.
Adam?
Abstain.
And Carol.
Approve.
The vote was 4-3 with 1 abstention. As chair, I'll vote to deny, which means the motion fails 4-4, 1 abstention. Moves us into section 5 in case 5A. A motion to approve the application for service connected disability benefits beyond the 1-year deadline. Rashonda Jackson is made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 5A? Hearing none. Brian? Rita? Bianchi?
Deny.
Paul?
Approve.
Andrea? Deny. Willie?
Approve.
Adam?
Abstain.
And Carol.
Approve.
The vote was 4-3 with an extension. As chair, I'll vote to deny. So the motion fails 4-4, 1 extension. Moves us to old business, section 6, in case 6A. A motion to approve the service connected death benefits for Patrick Austin, the deceased, be made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 6A? Hearing none. Brian?
I approve.
Rashida? Deny. Bianchi?
Deny.
Paul?
Approve.
Andrea? Deny. Willie?
Approve.
Adam?
Abstain.
And Carol. Vote was 4-3 with 1 abstention. As chair, I will vote to deny. So the motion fails 4-4 with 1 abstention. Case 6B, motion to approve service connected disability benefits for Jan Clayton was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 6B? Hearing none. Brian?
I approve.
Rashida? Bianchi? Paul? Andrea? Approved. Willie?
Approve.
Adam?
Approve.
And Carol.
Approve.
Motion carries 7-1. Case 6C. Motion to approve service connected disability benefits for Yolanda Melvin was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 6C? Hearing none. Brian?
I approve.
Sheila? Deny. Bianchi?
Deny.
Paul?
Approve.
Andrea? Deny. Willie?
Approve.
Adam?
Abstain.
Carol.
Approve.
Vote was 4-3 with 1 abstention. As chair, I will vote to deny. So the motion fails 4-4 with 1 abstention. Case 6D, motion to approve service connected disability benefits for Angela Penna was made and properly seconded. Any discussion on 6D? Hearing none. Brian?
I approve.
Sheila? No. Bianchi?
Deny.
Paul?
Approve.
Andrea? No. Willie?
Approve.
Adam?
Abstain.
Carol?
Approve.
Votes 4-3 with 1 abstention. As chair, I'll vote to deny. So the motion fails 4-4 with 1 abstention. And case 6E, motion to approve the service connected disability benefits for Raymond Sullivan was made properly seconded. Any discussion on 6E? And none. Brian? Rashida? No. Bianchi?
Deny.
Paul? Andrea? No. Willie? Adam? And Carol.
Deny.
Motion failed 0-8. And that moves us into new business and executive direction.
Annual CRA audit has begun. Just a reminder, the trustee election will take place in September 2005. About a year from now. The RFP will be issued pretty soon, and then we will provide anyone interested in the process. As well as sort of just a reminder that Josh and Amy will be administering the process. Hearing panel, just a note on the hearing panels. Again, I want to express my appreciation for your continuing willingness to participate on hearing panels, for appeals. I know it's not easy. I know there's been a number of appeals in the recent past present. It is an essential part of the role of a trustee, and the members having their matters heard and decided in an efficient manner. It's fair to the members to have the hearings quickly and try to do as quickly as possible. So we appreciate your cooperation. If there's any impediments to any of you serving on the hearing panels, please let us know because we will expect everyone to participate. So thank you for that. The personnel and personal, should we get into doing this? Elizabeth will be leaving us starting October 7th. She will be moving to the chair of the board's office. She will be replacing Deb Moran in Rob's office. It'll be a loss for the board, obviously. But it's a great opportunity for Elizabeth. And, we wish her luck. Thank you for all the work you've done. We can all end out. That's all I have.
Grant, any other new business? Any updates from the litigation summary that long, like, the motion to adjourn was made, properly seconded, and we will move into the verdict.
I did. Wasn't. I thought you wanted to.
Oh, I'm like, watch it.
And sort of was like, I hope there's any.
I'm trying to. Look.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I know. Whatever.
You see it again, never know. Seems like you wasn't trying
Absolutely.
That's all.
There's no distinction between all. I meant yeah, that's what
The only thing you kept doing that? Oh, man, so I seen Jackson.
Where was your? You retired or what?
The only thing me like I kept going like this, Jack, but you already Jack all right? Cause I'm like, oh yeah, right.
Nationwide.
Nationwide, so
That's a different nationwide.
All right, our first item of the first pump is approval of our August meeting minutes. The motion to approve minutes is made and properly seconded. Discussions. Roll, Brian,
I do.
Francois,
Approve.
Lansky,
Approved.
Paul,
Approve.
Andrea, Willie,
Approved.
Adams.
Approve.
Approved.
Motion carries unanimously, it moves us into the plan update.
Good morning, everyone. As of August 31st, deferred compensation ending balance was $2,037,304,818, 1% increase above the month of July. Total participants is 26,152, that's 101 more than the month of July. Actively deferring is 20,041, that's 76 more. When you look at the active participation rate, 77% based on the account balance. New enrollments continue to rise. It's at 160, and Brad's going to talk more about the details of new enrollments. But when we compare it to last year, it's 15% increase above last year's numbers. Total year to date. Inactive participant is 6,111. That's 25 more than the month of July. Philadelphia Parking Authority, 639 participants, 5 new enrollees in August, and Philadelphia Housing Development Corporation, 46 total participants, 2 new enrollments in August. When we look at the 401(a) plan, we did receive the match for fiscal year 2023 in August. The plan assets at the end of the month is $4,691,827. That's 30% above the month of July. And the total participant count is 1485, which is 360 new enrollments. And Fran, just to address how many new enrollments came in, about 93% of those new enrollments was the matching plan 16, and the rest was independent. So those are good numbers. Call volume of 3,299 received, which is a decrease of 176 less than the month of July. When we're looking at online enrollments, it's 20,593. Folks continue to set up the online account. We're now close to 79% of those that have the account balance have set up an online account. Percentage participation, it's 2,448. That's an increase of 70 more than July. Now, we've already gone back on the website, Brian. There is the website campaign to encourage folks to enroll in percentage participation. Draw 457 as of August, it's 7,851. This is the after-tax contributions, it's an increase of 175 more than the month of July at 77.4 million, which is 30%. Happy to answer any questions, and I'm going to pass on to Brad to talk about the service center.
Thank you, Dina. Good morning, everyone. So, for the month of August, the local team conducted 206 one-on-one individual consultations, resulting in 99 enrollments for the month done with the local service team. 13 of those consultations utilized the My Interactive Retirement Planning tool. There were 25 group events and workshops for the month, and 703 total attendees to those. Highlighted by our CFP webinar series that we continue to do, averaging attendance of about 100. Generally speaking, they're done every Wednesday at noon. So we continue to get great attendance at those.
I'm speaking to Billy and Ron this past week. You know, the FOP, I also firefighters, they have people in the academy. But the FOP also represents the deputy sheriffs. So what do you do to reach out to them? We want to make sure you reach out to them also. When you reach out to them.
Absolutely. Deputy sheriffs, to be honest with you, have been, there's a turnover in the sheriff department. So I don't know that we've been to a sheriff's class, we went to the orientation in the past months. But I would certainly, be working with Will Baker.
Yeah, why don't you do it for Willie, maybe he has contact, because the FOP represents
Yeah,
assist.
absolutely. I know we've done it in the past, but it'd be great to get with you.
So, I have a question. How is the sheriff on making sure our members can orientate, educate?
It's Marsh's idea, so I don't know.
So,
I know that they do come to the FOP to get sworn in. They can go in.
That would be great.
do they have HR? They have their own HR, right?
Yeah.
They go. Brad, you can go to HR, you can contact.
Yeah.
Try to reestablish where.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think that,
Question.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
keep that for being, because I don't have to say. I just think.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions on the regional reports?
Yeah, so what did you say you do something on Wednesday the other month?
So we do our webinar series,
A webinar,
run by Don, our CFP.
okay,
He does them every Wednesday at noon. Obviously, there's, vacations and holidays and those types of things. But every Wednesday at noon, he conducts a webinar. It more geared towards general education as opposed to just, hey, you can sign up for an account. More, and you could see last month, that the risk and rewards, retirement 101, planning for healthcare costs. All that, a new one, matching taxes on retirement income. So those types of general sessions.
and that's something they say, the way that. You don't get to know. I don't get it, maybe I'm not.
We generally distribute them through central HR, sends them out to the HR managers of every department.
But you're current employee, you're actively working.
Carol, if you'd like, I can include.
Can you
one
please?
distribution that's going forward.
Thank you.
As any other trustee that would like to be included, that's.
And this is span three and the mutual basement options.
Thank you. So as the trustees may recall in the prior meeting, the board voted regarding staff's recommendations to replace the aerial appreciation fund to the DCP lineup. I guess due to its continuous ranking towards the bottom. It's similar funds for all the reported periods. We talked about how that fund is presently the only one that uses ESG as a significant portion of its investment criteria and screening process. And with that in mind, recommendations ESG type replacement. We use the software enabled database to run a screen. Socially responsible funds with at least 100 million in total product assets under management and a minimum track record of 5 years through the end of the fiscal year. We also looked closely at expense ratios and short and long-term performance. Found 2 funds available on the nationwide platform that we thought were suitable. There's the Fidelity U.S. Sustainability Index Fund and Vanguard Social Index. Both have strong performance, both on an absolute basis as well as generally ranking top 50% against peers. So with that in mind, recommending 3 things. It's actually recommending removing areas that was previously discussed and mapping the assets to an existing fund already in the lineup, the mid-cap index fund. Separately, we would recommend adding Delphi Sustainability Index. It has a slightly lower expense ratio, strong performance. Assuming the board concurs with these recommendations nationwide, 5 participants to be a member and that would be fun. Happy to take questions or discuss.
I'll move the staff recommendation.
Motion to accept staff recommendations made and properly seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none. Brian, Francois, Leontine, Paul,
Approve.
Andrea, Willie, Adam,
Approve.
Carol.
Approved.
Motion carries unanimously. Why don't we take a 5-minute, 6-minute break? It'll take 4 more than 10. Get back here.
Thanks.
Paul, approved. Ryan, approved. Billy, approved. Carol, approved. Ed. Sorry, I ran out of your name. to put people away.
Morning, Rob. There is a, updated, updated, side rear binder. Splash report, correct, a couple there. Strong performance for the plan, for the month, 1.9% net, 80 versus the benchmark of 1.7. Strong performance, going out ahead of the benchmark. All the way up to the year, probably get the last I just want to highlight a few things that, we're keeping, close watch on staff in terms of investments and things going on in the market. Folks are aware, obviously, that the interest rates, is simply 50 years. What was unusual, was that there was actually a cent that was since 2005. What's also unusual about that is that the U.S. is an outlier, and that if you look at a lot of other central banks, it's much more common for them to have disagreements. It's a sense with England lowered the rates earlier this year. It was actually a 23. Bank of Japan, they think every policy they have this year, they've had at least 2 cents. There's some speculation that there was actually a portion spent that isn't really reflected in the record, and it should be out from that meeting in the next couple of weeks.
Or to go into smaller.
Yes, or do any people who wanted to do smaller, I know a lot of people are thinking 75 basis points by the end of the year. I'm not saying that's wrong, but I think we'll have a better sense once that's what it is. Whether or not it's good, that the standing governor may not be clear that she was still expect she's not still keeping an eye on jobs numbers. We know there was a large downward revision last time the numbers came out. It's also East Coast port strike because of significant job issues, supply chain issues. Here, sides seem to be pretty far apart on wages. Benefits, and the president is kind of about on the step in. Working. Still have foreign geopolitical risk. In Israel, Ukraine, and Russia, and some increasing rhetoric on the Russian side about there. Did get a bit of good news, but it doesn't appear to have a shutdown. Here's probably stand out at least several months.
That's the election.
That's the election. And then lastly, I know we talked about real estate a lot here. We're continuing to see continuing negative signs in real estate. All this space, good discussion about the staff meeting yesterday. Just one example of downtown Minneapolis, and that was sell for $74,000 in 2019. Still just this year. So, we're still continuing to see some troubling signs in real estate. Else sector. No actionable concerns with one exception, which Marquette will cover about Capital Group. We concur, staff concurs with that recommendation. Just wanted to note the numbers that we alluded to that were updated. For Elizabeth Park, structure, a couple of numbers incorrectly reflected as zero, they've now been reflected, reflected there. So with that, our head folks have other thought, trustee questions. And then we're also talking about the capital recommendation. That's the asset allocation, discussion, cash flows.
The one thing we'll just mention, with respect to the markets is, the strong rebound we're seeing this morning. Chris just mentioned, the sentiment voices of the Fed. Looks like weekly jobless claims came in. The numbers were pretty, good with respect to jobless claims falling. GDP, the second quarter just came in at 3%, which is on, target, with market expectations. So really between now and the end of the year, any type of volatility that we see on the upside or downside, the revisions to those numbers just mentioned. So if jobless claims right now are the source of market rally, but then unemployment numbers are revised significantly, we can expect, more of a sell-off. And then on the flip side, if GDP, for example, still remains at this elevated level and, the word inflation gets bandied around a little bit more, you can probably expect more inflation. And then the election, always a good time, a little bit of volatility expected around elections and so on, without really naming any horses in the race and any preferences. I would say right now, the economists and Wall Street are leaning towards the Harris administration with respect to economic proposals. The deficit has been looked at, and under the Harris proposals, it's a 1.4 trillion increase in deficit, whereas the Trump proposal would be 5.8 trillion. So significantly more. So right now, it looks like this amount of money is leaning towards Harris. And again, elections are always a very interesting time. But ultimately, we can expect some volatility in the market based off that. So with that, we have the Capital Group memo. I will come to that very quickly. In the books, it is tab 2. Under the investment committee, tab 2. So what I'll do here is I'll just jump to the conclusion very quickly. So we'll spell out the conclusion. If you guys have the Marquette book, it's under the exhibit issue in the Marquette book.
What page?
That's it.
Okay.
Yep, and then if we could kindly jump to the conclusion. The conclusion will just start with the recommendation. So at the end of the day, Capital Group, they are a good manager, long-term. Our research team still continue to feel this type of manager that can eke out positive results. With that being said, when we look at the investment process, the performance that we have actually experienced in the pension plan, it's been disappointing for very explainable reasons, but disappointing nonetheless. In addition to that, when we think about other considerations that we have that are critical for management, brokerage goals, both at the diverse and local level, also critical things that we're going to take a look at. Compliance with that also points to the ability to really service client expectations. Since Capital Group has been onboarded, we have been in constant communication with staff, and they have always expressed a disappointment with their inability to accommodate these requirements. Given the fact that there was an RFP, an interview, and these were clearly spelled out in expectations, we would propose the termination based off the disappointing performance, but then ultimately the inability to comply with the local and digital trading requirements. Now, from a performance standpoint, I'll just begin at the front of the memo. We have
One question in the recommendation, that there's one line. Point you're saying, it said, our checks recommending responsiveness to feature cut will also be factored into the current conversation. Is that just the acknowledge that they've been responsive as opposed to that responsiveness should be part of what.
Oh, sure. So it's to acknowledge that, let's say, for example, we have a manager that hired, and that manager is in constant communication with staff, and there's an expectation that the performance will bounce back. And this manager is doing everything that they can to meet the training requirements. That really signals that this relationship is important, that it really ain't gonna go to that. In this particular instance, the performance has not been strong, and it's surprising that.
Oh.
Like,
That's, they haven't been responsive.
they haven't been.
Got it.
The lack of responsibility.
Got it. Okay.
Yes. Lack
Now
of.
I understand. Okay.
So, yeah, ultimately, it's the lack of responsiveness.
Yeah, makes sense.
That,
Got it. Okay.
and at the front of the memo, we really outline here, capital group, how they run the strategy, ultimately, how many assets they have in the fund. So if you look at from 2.2 trillion, when we turn to page 2 of the memo, points ceiling and, any tweaks that they've had to how they manage the portfolio. At the end of the day, they've been pretty consistent how they manage the portfolio. And then on 3, we started doing a deeper dive of performance. And as we can see, since inception, the performance has been good. Longer term, 20-year, 10-year, there's been once we get to that 5-year number, that's where it begins to look not so compelling. And really, the explanation for that begins on page 4. It's a strategy that's core of growth leaning, and when it goes into growth, it's your more quality growth. So during the period they were hired, we think about inflation coming up, interest rates coming up, and Russian inflation rate. All of these were macro developments that were significant headwinds for that strategy. And then as performance began to improve in 2023, we still continue to see some dislocation with some of the big claims in that portfolio. So at the end of the day, we think that, long term they'll be okay, but we have an index that's outperforming them. We also have, the concerns around some of the requirements that are explicitly laid out by the mandate. So for that reason, we recommend determination of the capital group strategy and the MSCI plus Canada index would be the place to reallocate those proceeds.
So probably a cheaper way to get better returns.
Correct. Causeway, other large cap international manager, its factors are heavily in favor right now of the market. So we still have an active component of the portfolio that's delivering smiles for us. And then the volatility that we just described in the marketplace, quality focused manager like Causeway should actually hold up pretty nicely should we see a shock or dislocation in the market. So the combination of the MSCI index plus Causeway definitely an appropriate strategy in our life. But we can revisit in the coming quarters if there's a difference of opinion.
Questions?
Zero staff integration.
Yes. I'll do it. Every second. Probably thank you. Francois, yeah, okay. Francois? Oh, sorry. I thought you might.
Document I'll work on this for it's a fund exhibit 3 and for this book. So we have the asset allocation study, the back to this, still using cash flows, the ones. So let's start on page 4 really quick. Just to reaffirm something that from an asset allocation standpoint, option A is the allocation the PR since we transitioning to no changes being recommended with respect to the asset allocation and the thought in the direction.
Yes, the allocation we've already approved.
Yes.
Just so it's really update on where far.
Correct. Yes. And then, as we go into the exhibits now, I just want to quickly jump to the cash flow page, page 10. So the cash flow page, we've essentially taken the numbers that we actually provided and netted those numbers. However, we do not include investment income. So when we think about the investment income that the portfolio has been throwing off, we grew by over $1 billion and change. Now, a big part of that was the RRP contribution, but even stripping that out, we still had significant cash flow coming in from the portfolio. So these numbers here are not netted against cash coming from the portfolio. So while we're showing negative results here, if we factor in the distributions coming from the portfolio, that actually would be a positive cash flow profile.
And this is assumed the recognition policy in terms of what's coming.
It does, yes, it does. It does take that, it does take expenses, but it doesn't take all of the revenue that we're receiving.
Right. And we've been positive the last few years even without investments. So what's changing?
So what's changing here, I would say based off, the numbers provided by the actuary, I would say that it's just a baseline or aggressive assumption around cash. So it's not painting a dire picture on the cash. It's really just the assumptions that they provided with respect to the liability growth and us netting that versus the RRP.
So it's really an actuary. Really asking them.
I think there's also a difference, sorry.
We talked about the difference between actuarial value and
And the market value
Yeah.
that we're
that
using.
that is sort of the difference.
Got it. Okay.
Yes,
Yes, because the actuary obviously is focused more on long-term smooth.
Yeah. It's
American
market.
market.
Okay.
correct. Yes.
Combined with what you said about the investment income. I think that's why you see this difference between being very slightly negative and very
Right.
slightly positive.
And any year which we have any positive investment will be much larger than
Yes.
the year other than year two.
Yes.
Yes, and that year 10 obviously the oddity because we're assuming things being fully funded, therefore significantly less for the. That's what 10 years, yeah.
So it's actually in a strange way, the 10 years.
The best year.
Yes, because we're fully funded.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I guess we won't be for very long if we have. Everything. Yeah, so we're better.
Actually.
We'll discuss it.
But that was the quick update, just to explain how we're showing it, and as Fran and Chris was mentioned, the actual market value, and then not taking into account investment income. Literally not giving up what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other? Cover, any other questions? Asset allocation information.
Tax report, just under $140,000 a month for this period spending. Getting almost we get to the budget to exceed the works and local aid united combined, consumer 50%. First managers standing alone, 49.5 for Philadelphia, surrounding county, and 9.6 for. And then the upcoming board meetings, October 24th. November, December, out of determined that it was some preliminary discussion with some of the trustees in December. Well, that's then we'll to everyone. And then January 23rd.
Yeah. Anybody have an issue with the 12?
Is there another date?
Terrible.
Is there another date? Is there another date? That's, well,
Were you, you felt bad? Is that what you're?
Bid was banned in this also.
Oh, yeah.
Bid was banned, so we just jumped to the next Thursday. And we could do the 11th.
You have all that weekend, or?
Yes.
You got all that, or you got all that weekend?
But he's okay, because Sarah's gonna be here.
Okay, 16, if not, the 12th will be fine, I'll do the 12th. Yeah, that's what it's on, it's my birthday.
The 12th is your birthday?
I'll do it.
Yeah, we'll get a birthday cake.
Right now. It's purple, that's right. Is that too? Yes, type.
Yeah, go meeting in the
Like,
early.
you don't really, you have to mark this.
Very good, because Billy's great.
It's Josh.
Around the town. Yes, it is. Josh.
Josh already had his birthday.
Yeah, today, very much.
Good. Josh already had his birthday.
He is the president.
Other than Josh's birthday, is there any other? So that's new and old business. I'll take the return, like, pull up the full meeting into the session. Motion to approve the action taken by the.
Second.
We probably seconded. Paul, Francois,
Approved.
Paul,
Approved.
Mike, Billy, Carol, Nancy, Adam. Approved. Any new business? Old business? Move to probably. That's your-
Yeah, we should.